Yo, man, what's good, man? Today we finna react to Matt Walsh dismantles the child-free movement.
If there's one thing
Dude
that
got a
really
trash kid
turns
in the
our
trash
media
can.
on, it's the extinction of the human race. Our media is, perhaps more than anything, anti-human, at least anti-most humans. As far as humans go, they like themselves and believe that they themselves should continue existing. It's all the other humans, especially future generations of humans, that they aren't so sure about. And that's why the media is always eager for any excuse to celebrate the so-called child-free movement.
Hey, that's a fact, bro. And if you say anything about it, I'm surprised he spoke up about it. That's because if you do that, bro, you have a chance of getting canceled. You have a chance of anything, bro. Like, you feel me? You're not supposed, bro. There's two things in life you're not supposed to talk about, bro. Is you feel me? Women's choice of freedom, bro, and gay people, bro. Those two things you should never speak about, bro. So it's kind of crazy you said that,
On that end,
which is
here's
a
an
fact, bro. I
article, a
agree.
recent article from today.com. It says, Laura Lavoie knew all her life she didn't want to have children. Now 46, she never felt that draw, she said, part of a growing U.S. population opting out of parenthood. A new study finds child-free people are as happy as parents, with the authors surprised by just how many men and women indicated they didn't want to have kids. It's part of a larger trend of Americans having fewer children in general. The U.S. birth rate fell to a record low last year, and there could be 300,000 to 500,000 fewer births in 2021, according to some estimates. For Lavoie, there were many reasons to choose to be child-free. Quote, the most important is that I just don't want to raise children. It's just not something that has ever appealed to me. I don't want to be responsible for another human being in that way. Lavoie, a writer who lives in Asheville, North Carolina, told Today, but I also really like traveling. I like adventure. Never sitting in the same spot for very long, and just kind of lifestyle things that don't really fit with having a
Bro, where are these people gonna travel to, bro? Like, people been watching too much Disney Channel, bro, and these movies, bro. Where are you going to travel to? And even if you do travel to these places, what are you hoping to accomplish at these places? Like, how will you going there experience your life, and how is this just extraordinarily, you feel me, more beneficial than having kids? You feel me? I just want to know that, bro. Like, why do people look at? Well, I know the reason why people look at children as, you feel me, a burden, because they don't want to boss their life up. They don't want to actually have to grow and sacrifice things and actually have to do what it takes, and you know, to be a responsible, not only adult, but as a, you feel me, a parent, bro. They don't want to,
child.
you feel me,
Well,
grow
yeah,
up.
there's a word for that. It's called being superficial and materialistic and selfish. So that's three words, I suppose. It'd be a lot easier and get to the point much quicker if these people would just say that. Say, I'm materialistic and selfish, and that's how I want to live my life. Also, I must note here, you're not an adventurer because you spend thousands of dollars to go to different tourist spots around the globe. You want an adventure? Take 4 kids to the grocery store, okay? Adventure awaits right down the street if you do that. That qualifies as an adventure at least as much as flying down to Cancun and drinking $27 cocktails in a tourist resort. Now, the Cancun trip may be more relaxing, I admit, but I'm just tired of these childless.
Literally, that's probably the only thing you can probably say is a little bit more relaxing. That's it, and it's probably not that much more relaxing, because over in the next hallway, or over next door, you might hear somebody else's child crying or something like that, bro. So it's like, regardless, bro, like, hey, man, there's still gonna be some problems with anything, bro. I don't, and that little 2 3 day vacation, that little weekend vacation, what is that, bro? Once a year, like, I don't know, bro. Maybe y'all can help me understand, bro.
Couples acting like they're
Some ain't
exploring
clicking.
the Amazon, bragging about their adventures when they're being herded like cattle from one tourist spot to the next. Anyway, back to the article. It says, her husband feels the same way, she said. They've been together 26 years and both agreed they didn't want to have children. They've discussed it over the years, but knew the answer would always be the same, she noted. Over a quarter of adults, 27%, identified as child-free in the new study, 27%. The number dramatically exceeds previous estimates of 2 to 9% reported by earlier studies, the authors said. More than a third of child-free people, 35%, were in a partnered relationship, suggesting couples who don't want children, quote, represent an important type of family, they added. Do they, though? I mean, if you get married and choose not to have kids, your family really isn't important in a broader sense.
You know what's crazy, bro? Like, bro, nowadays, bro, it's like you have to come out and say it's almost like you're coming out the closet to say that you want kids. It's a lot of things like that. Like, even with religion, like if you come out and say that you're a Christian or a Muslim or something, it's like almost as if you're coming out the closet. You feel me? Like, I noticed that, bro. Like the thing we demonize the wrong things nowadays, bro. Like, you feel me? I truly believe the devil has corrupted our minds, bro. Like we don't care about nothing that God put on our planet, bro. For us, bro. Sex was put on the planet for us, bro, so that we can keep bringing more of us. But we don't care about
So
that.
it's important to you,
And
but
it's
not to
gonna be
anyone
there
else.
in 3 seconds.
Your family of
Let me go ahead and mute that.
apart any time, and it would have literally no effect on society in the slightest. When you both die, after long, there will be no trace that you ever existed except for your headstone, or that your relationship existed. Families
I'm
with
sorry.
children,
I'm
on
letting
the
you
other
finish. I'm
hand,
letting
are
you finish.
bearing the
I do
weight of the
pause a lot.
future on our shoulders. If our families break apart, the consequences to society are immense and catastrophic, as we've seen. If we stay together, though, and raise our kids well, we've bestowed an immeasurable blessing onto civilization.
Okay, that's a good place to pause. You feel me? And a lot of people don't look at that, bruh. Like, when you have kids, bro, as long as I look at it like this, bro. As long as you at your mama's house, bro, or you feel me, if you do have it in your mama's house, you ready to get up out your mama's house, you feel me? As long as you do something like that and you ready to boss up, bro, have kids, bro. There's no age limit on kids, bro. Like as long as you're grown out or not grown, but as long as you out the house, I say, bro, and you ready, bro. Because if you old enough to get married, why are you not old enough to have kids? You feel me? I look at it like that, bro. If you old enough to have sex, bro, and you out here having sex, you old enough to have kids, bro. So you feel me? That's why I say you should wait. You feel me? Until you ready to have sex, bro. Like, keep your virginity. You feel me? I don't see nothing wrong with having your virginity, bro. And I'm a young dude too. You feel me? I'm not even 20. I don't turn 20 till next week. You feel me? But I got 2 kids, and I'm saying, bro, like, we over exaggerate the hardships of children, bro. Like, it's not hard at all, bro. This is a teenager, but I'm not no old head who didn't had 55 kids or nothing like that, bro. I'm still, you feel me? I'm only 19, bro. I'm still high school age, bro, to most people, bro. Like, and I'm saying this, bro. Like, we over exaggerate, we overcomplicate life, bro. Like, life is really simple, bro. We just, or what he said, bro. We're very materialistic, bro. We want to do things that don't matter, bro. Over
I can
life,
see how
bro.
that
Come on
qualifies
now,
as
bro.
important. I don't see how Mr. and Mrs. Lavoie down in Cancun opting for nicer vacations and nicer cars rather than propagating the human species are doing anything important for civilization. Except by contributing to our civilization's decline, which I guess is certainly consequential, if in a negative way. Now, important to mention here also, the article and the study draw a distinction between so-called child-free couples and childless couples. Childless people are those who want children but haven't had them yet or can't have them for whatever reason. Child-free people are those who've chosen not to have them and not to adopt. So everything I'm saying here applies only to the latter, to child-free. People who want children but can't have them have been given a great burden, and I feel sorry for them. The good news is that their desire for children shows that they're not self-centered. And they have a giving heart.
People don't see the problem being that selfish, but I ain't gonna keep pausing, bro. Y'all get the point, bro. Stop being selfish, bro. And if you don't see a problem, man, you don't think it's
And that's the
a
pain
problem,
when
real
you're
problem.
childless and don't want to be, that you have a giving heart and you're not self-centered and you want to pour this love into a family, but you can't have one for whatever reason. But as I said, the good news is that they'll find other ways to contribute to society and to make a positive impact. Because that's what selfless, giving people do. The people like the Lavoies are a different story completely, and that's who we're talking about here. And as far as they go, I think 2 points should be made. First of all, it doesn't make sense, or at least doesn't convey very much, to say that child-free people are just as happy as parents. Only parents can really say whether happiness increases upon becoming a parent. So if you want to know that, you got to talk to parents. They're the only ones who can attest to it, because they've experienced life as non-parents and as parents.
Good parents.
They can testify to that experience. But a child-free person, by definition, has not experienced parenthood, doesn't know its joys, and cannot know what they're missing. As someone who myself has experienced adult life both with kids and without them, I would say that my happiness, you could look at it this way. My happiness cup may have been, nearly full before I had kids, but when I had them, the cup itself grew larger. So there was a greater capacity now for happiness. What I mean is, I may have been mostly satisfied with my life before kids, but that's because I didn't know about the deeper and greater joys that were available through parenthood until I had experienced them. The other thing about the happiness of family life is that you can access more and more of it as you grow in virtue yourself, which means that, as far as my case goes, there's a whole lot of happiness that I myself have not yet accessed, because I'm still working on the virtue part of it. But any selfish person can enjoy a vacation, and that's fine. There's nothing selfish about vacations. Vacations are good.
The substitution of the word equity for
But the happiness you derive is easy. It's surface level. It's fleeting. That's what vacation is all about. You don't go on vacation to put in an effort. That's why vacation is there. The happiness of parenthood and marriage, for that matter, is found, though, through service and sacrifice. This means you have to put in the effort to become a better person. And the reward is that you'll find deeper and deeper joy in loving someone else. Because
But people don't care about that. People are very narcissistic and self-indulgent. If you really listen to people nowadays, we are very narcissistic, bro. We're so narcissistic, bro. We believe that we are our own God, bro. We believe that we created this world, bro. Everything we say, every new thing that happens in the world, we believe it's because of us, bro. Like everything, bro. Like that's why relationships fail, because we're narcissistic, bro. Like we are very, very selfish, bro. Like we are so entitled and independent, bro. Like we feel like even from the men to the women, bro. Like we really got to get out of that, bro. Like this is sick, bro. It's like honestly, bro. It's it happens so much. It's annoying, bro. Like it's like we're very childish, bro. Like we're like the kids at the park that don't know how to share. You feel me? Like
the joy. There is a lot of joy in loving someone else, but it doesn't come automatically to most people. You have to learn how to find joy in that. On the other hand, if you get married and you have kids, and yet you remain a selfish, spoiled, self-entitled brat like so many people do, then you'll be just as miserable in family life as you were before, and over time you'll be quite a bit more miserable. And there are people, I'm not going to deny that these people exist, who will say that, sometimes quite openly, say that they regret having kids. It's not common, but people talk about this. They regret having kids, they regret starting a family. And what you're going to find every single time with these kinds of people is that they are very selfish and immature, and they never grew. They refused to grow. They thought that the joys of parenthood would just come raining down from the sky. They thought it would be presented to them as easy as that $27 cocktail at the resort. Someone's just going to hand it to them, and they can sip from it, and it's a nice, easy, relaxing thing. It's not. You got to work for it. You have to go.
You're not living your best life, man. You're living your easiest life, which is also your worst life.
That's the best joys in life. You have to make your way through pain and suffering to get to them, and then once you're there, you know. Second point, though, finally, about this label child-free. If you want to understand how grotesque this label is, that the media uses casually, child-free. Well, just imagine how people would react if a father said that his children are all straight and described that as gay-free parenting. I got a gay-free family. It's great. This is awesome. What if someone said that? He would certainly be admonished for describing gayness as a disease, that you can be free of, like cancer. And yet that's exactly how we treat children themselves. Like they are a disease that we could be free of. When of course they're not. And family life with raising children, immense happiness, immense joy, if you put in the work. And so, the child-free movement and the media that promotes it because they're looking ultimately for the extinction of the human race, they are all today canceled. Listen.
If only, man, he was telling the truth, man. I really do wish this movement will go extinct, bruh. But sadly, you feel me? Too many people are too narcissistic, bruh. It's not going to stop no time soon, bruh. But we need more people to keep speaking up about it, bruh, and calling it out, bruh. It's going to go away, but it ain't going to go. It ain't canceled the way he said it, bruh. It's going to take way more fight. You feel me? It's going to take way more fight, bruh. But